Hello, this is Lateralis. It's going to be a quick video explaining my concept for this tournament. Um, there's going to be some new maps in this tournament. Some players like Greyhound, MBK, Blitzwar, they've already played these maps, and there's a couple of them that are actually we think are really good. So they're going to be included. So it's going to be a tournament with new maps, which is going to be really cool. And as far as this bracket, this is just basically an idea I had to, instead of running two tournaments um, for different skill levels, kind of merging them into one big bracket. And the way this works, it's set up so that anyone in the elite or veteran bracket can never, lose out on prize money unless they actually lose to somebody in the lower bracket, right? So if they make it into the finals but then like drop to the losers bracket, they still have to lose to one of the hardened teams to actually lose out on prize money. So it's just kind of a fun way to give the hardened and trained bracket a chance to make like an underdog story. Um, and so you can see all the prizes here, and this is all listed like per team, or sorry, I mean per player. Uh, So it's for the team that makes it in first place, it's $400, so 200 each, and etc. And I've decided to name the tournament Buratino de Combat. And if you play the mod, you'll understand why. And I thought it'd be fun, like if I give my tournaments names. So how it's going to work as far as rules. One of the main things to know about that you might find interesting is if I go to my Discord here, um, you can see we have a bot here. And what this is for what I call a blind deck rule. So there's no deck codes that you have to like send in as far as like only being able to like play pre-configured decks. You can make your deck in the lobby if you want. All you have to do is just to avoid the problem of people making like last second changes in response to seeing what their opponents pick. You have to send the deck code in to this bot uh, by you just go through these menus, and then the bot will DM each player asking for the deck code for each game and save them so that we know like, hey, did you change your deck code after you submitted it for that game? And it helps kind of recreate some of the like randomness of ranked. Obviously you still know the map, you know your opponent, so it's not the same, but like it brings some of it back in, and it also makes it like more fun for the players. They don't have to worry about like pre-configuring their decks and sending them in. It's like much more fluid and casual experience. So uh, I thought that'd be fun. And then as far as like rules for helo rushing or whatever, it's probably just going to be like number of helos uh, without any like point limits or anything like that. And it'll be flexible too. Like if you have some helos going off to the side, um, it's it's not like a big deal. It won't count towards your limit if it's just like dropping off infantry somewhere. So, and then there's also, I mean, in the mod, you can't actually have super heavies in a stack, so you can't split them in the first place. But for other units, the rule is going to be that you can't like intentionally split like repeatedly. Like if you split once, sure, but you can't like repeatedly do it. It'll be like a 30-second roll. Like once you split some units, you have to like if you do it again in the next 30 seconds, then you lose the match or disqualified from that game. Yeah, and so there'll be more rules, but obviously I'll post them for the details. And I think that's about it. So as far as like the skill levels, yeah, I mean it's basically I've decided to just follow like boot camp skill levels. So I guess like people could post their preferences for what bracket they want to be in. Like I don't necessarily like want to be super strict about like, oh, you have to be trained or hardened on boot camp. Like if somebody vouches for you, they say you're good enough like to be in this bracket, then like I don't have an issue with that. And yeah, that's about it. All right, hope I'll leave a link in the description for the Discord and then also the tournament page for signups.